it all began.
On June 25th, everything changed.
4 filmmakers were arrested on Friday night in Karen, Nairobi, just days after the explosive Blood Parliament documentary hit screens. Is this a crackdown on free speech, a desperate move by a government on edge, or something else entirely? On Friday, May 2nd, 2025, police stormed a studio in Karen Estate, arresting 4 filmmakers: Nicholas Wambugu, Brian Adagala, Macdenver Karubiu, and Chris Wamai. Reports say the officers confiscated cameras, hard drives, and other equipment without a warrant or explanation. The filmmakers were split into 2 groups. Wambugu and Adagala were taken to Pangani police station, while Karubiu and Wamai ended up at Muthaiga. Here's the kicker. Those close to the filmmakers say they had nothing to do with Blood Parliament, the BBC documentary everyone is talking about. One of them managed to make a quick call saying they weren't told why they were arrested, and that's how the word got out. Lawyer Ian Mutiso, an advocate of the High Court, tracked them down around midnight, confirming their locations. But as of now, no charges, no clarity.
Last year, blood was spilt on the grounds of Kenya's parliament. The month before, the government, led by its president, William Ruto, proposed its annual budget, the 2024 finance bill.
If we are a serious state, we must be able to enhance our taxes.
By raising taxes, it promised to address the country's growing debt problem.
I vote yes.
But many young Kenyans, nicknamed Gen Zs, didn't see it that way.
So what's Blood Parliament? Released on April 28, 2025, this 37-minute BBC Africa Eye documentary has rocked Kenya and the entire continent and the globe. It exposes the violent crackdown on anti-tax protests in June 2024, where 3 young Kenyans lost their lives. With forensic analysis and eyewitness accounts, it points fingers at security officers allegedly involved. The film racked up over 4 million YouTube views in 4 days, but not everyone is a fan, and especially the Kenyan government.
The account President Ruto gave on June 25th painted some of the protesters as organized criminals who hijacked the demonstrations. But for the killings at Parliament, the account captured on the cameras of those who were there is quite different. An account of impunity, of brutality, of blood.
The individual police officers that were caught on camera shooting. How do you sleep at night? There's a mother who wakes up every day crying because she lost her son. How do you live with yourself?
MPs like Mandera North's Bashir Abdullahi have downplayed it, while Dagoretti South's John Kiarie claims it's a foreign agenda. But Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has said it is spot on. The Kenya Human Rights Commission is even calling for the prosecution of those implicated. This documentary isn't just a film, it's a spark in a nation still healing. Now let's talk timing. These arrests happened hours after former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i held a massive homecoming rally in Kisii on May 2nd. Thousands showed up, and the energy was electric, and the nation was talking. Matiang'i's return sent shockwaves through Kenya's political scene, with many seeing it as a bold challenge to the status quo.
Let us not lose hope in our country. Tukae na imani, we are a country that is built on resilience. Hizi shida zote tuko nazo hapa, tushikane sisi wote. Siku hiyo ikifika, tutavuka hiyo daraja na tutaenda mbele. Mungu atatusaidia tufix hiyo maneno, hii yetu iwe sawa sawa.
Many Kenyans have condemned the arrests, with some posts on X calling the government weak and useless. The hashtag is blowing up, and people are asking, is this about control? Francis Gaizo posted, the State House Kenya moved to arrest independent producers contracted by the BBC, Nicholas Gichuki, Brian Adagala, Mark Karubiu, and another unnamed filmmaker, while sparing BBC journalists and British High Commission officials reeks of a calculated maneuver to deflect accountability and manipulate public perception. Nelson Amenya posted, I'm just wondering, they left everybody else, including the directors and script writers, and settled for some guys who edit, shoot and edit video? Ama hawa ndio wanyonge hawana haki? Linda Ogutu aka Mtu ya Mujengo posted, so 1. Parliament is going back to trending topics. 2. More people worldwide will now want to watch it. 3. The international community will be more invested and BBC Africa will amplify these. 4. Just like echoes of war, someone within this admin is digging a hole. Kenyans are not staying silent. Users are furious on X. One wrote, cameras scare them, stories shake them. Another asked, are we still a democracy? The arrests are fueling calls for justice, with many saying this will only make Blood Parliament documentary more popular worldwide. The Kenya Human Rights Commissioner slammed the government, demanding accountability for the 2024 protest deaths and compensation for victims' families. Even Manyata MP Gitonga Mukunji spoke out, questioning why no thorough investigation happened. Instead, 4 cameramen, filmmakers, were the ones to be arrested. The people could not keep quiet, and they are not backing down. Legally, this is a mess. The filmmakers haven't been charged, and no law they have broken has been named. This raises serious questions about freedom of expression and the rule of law. Activists warn that Kenya's global image is taking a hit, especially after authorities blocked a Nairobi screening of Blood Parliament, citing government pressure. Some even comparing this to echoes of war, another expose that embarrassed the government. Is someone inside the administration making things worse? That's what people on X are asking. The world is watching. BBC Africa is likely to amplify this story, especially with the arrests making headlines. The international community is getting invested, and these detentions could draw more eyes to Blood Parliament. Kenya's human rights record is under scrutiny and pressure is building for answers. So where will Kenya go from here? The arrests of these filmmakers have lit a fire under Kenyans, and Blood Parliament is more than a documentary. It's slowly turning into a movement. Will the government clarify the charges? Will the filmmakers be released? And when will the madness end? Let us know your thoughts. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Ushabi Jr.